Okay, today I'm going to take you through a demo of the AutoTracker system. This system gives you full visibility of all the vehicles in your workshop. So on this first screen, I'll just log in as admin and we can walk through the functionality of the system. The system is mobile phone friendly, so it'll render to either a tablet or a mobile phone, depending on what you open the system up in. All right, so this is the main landing page. So you can see you have the ability to reset your password or log out. Here it shows you who is logged in, that is your username, and it also gives you your access level, which is the level of authorization you have to work on the system. Admin level is 3, and your role ID is where you can define what statuses of every process you can see. So in other words, you might want a service advisor to see certain process statuses and a technician to see others. So I've already defined some processes here. So if we go into this first one, we can see here I've created a process that has 11 steps. So going through them quickly, we have customer arrived, vehicle received, technician receives the vehicle to do work, the technician has completed the work, QA check, wash bay received, wash bay complete, ready for invoicing, awaiting customer, customer handover complete, and paid and left. And you have the ability to add additional statuses or update the text of the status and the role of the status. So this role is who can see the status. So a 2 is the service advisor role and a 1 is a technician. So here you can see I've kind of defined it into a front office and workshop statuses. So anyone in the workshop is a 1 and anyone dealing with the customer in the front is a 2. So that's how you can define your statuses, and you can create new by clicking on create new status here. To go back to the main menu, you just click or touch the AutoTracker heading. Here's where you can view the QR codes. So the idea of this is that you would have a set of QR codes that when you receive a vehicle, you would take a QR code to the vehicle, and that QR code would follow the vehicle through the entire process. So every time the vehicle is handed, say from a service advisor to a technician, the technician would just scan the QR code and update his status. So it takes a split second, and that gives you the visibility of where that vehicle is. You can also do it from the system. So if you don't want to use the QR codes, you don't have to. You can go through the vehicle listing, and you can just update it from your mobile phone through the vehicle listing. I would recommend using the camera on the phone to scan the QR code. It's easier and it goes straight to that vehicle automatically. So here you can view any QR codes that have been created. You can see there's a whole list over here. So if you click on 1, for instance, that is the QR code, 1 all the way through to 12. You can create the QR codes, only the admin can do that. So if you click on this button, it'll create a physical image of the QR code and save it on your PC that you can then print out for future use. When you receive a vehicle, you want to link that vehicle to a QR code. That can be done at the time of booking or when the customer arrives. So here you can see we have our 12 QR codes here, and we have certain vehicles that are linked to QR codes, and you can see the status that the vehicle's in. And it's as easy as going in, linking a customer by putting in their registration here and marking them as arrived. So this could be test 567, could be the registration, and we add them, and there you can see we now have a QR code linked to a vehicle, and we can track that vehicle through the process now. The vehicle list shows you all the vehicles that are in the workshop and what status they're in and who is currently working on them. So you can see the username service is working on this vehicle. It's in vehicle received status. User tech, the technician, is working on this vehicle. From here, any user can go in and can view the job card for that vehicle. So this isn't your repair order job card. This is the QR code job card. So you can see here, we have the current status that the vehicle's in. It's in ready for invoicing. What statuses need to be done? So this would be the next status in the process. And these are the statuses that are complete. So you can see here, all I would do is scan the QR code. That would open up this little job card. I can either update the status, or if I have an issue, I can click on the issue button, and that will, on the reporting side, highlight that vehicle as red, so everyone knows that there's an issue with the vehicle. But to go to the next status, all I do is click on update status, and you can see that it then moves to the next status in the process. If there is an issue, and you click on the issue button, like this button here, basically what that will do is mark that item as red. You can see it's red here. So you can very easily see what vehicles are fine, work is continuing in that process, and where there's any kind of delay or issue. So this is your vehicle list. You can either go into the vehicle by finding the registration and clicking on view. That opens up a little job card. Or if you scan the QR code in the vehicle, it will directly open this job card. If we go to vehicle history, this will be the history of all of the steps for every single vehicle that we've seen, and you can see the list could be quite big. The nice thing is that you can very easily filter by typing in the registration. So the minute you start typing, it will filter the result at the bottom by what you're typing. So there you can see customer arrived at this time, the vehicle received, and customer handover complete. So that's just a test record, but here you can see you have the ability to filter by any vehicle. At the bottom here, we have our two reports. We have a status report. So what this has is all of the vehicles down the left-hand side. It highlights any vehicle red that we've marked that has an issue. And we have our processes across the top here. And it'll have a little indicator under which process that vehicle is. At the bottom here, you have the total number of vehicles in that status. So we have 2 that are in vehicle received. We have 2 where the technician is complete. And we have 1 here awaiting customer. This report is updated every couple of seconds. So you could have it up on a big screen in your workshop. And as the team are updating their statuses, this board would be live. So you'd very quickly be able to see where there's an issue and what stage of the process the vehicle is in. We have a nice other report that we can look at, the status table report. This is more tabular. I would also recommend having this up on a big screen. Here you can see the vehicle registration. You can see the user that's currently working on that vehicle, what status the vehicle's in, so what part of the process is it in, when did that part of the process start, what the current time is, and how long it's been in that part of the process. So you can track time. So this is a test system, so you can see 74 hours. I hope that that would never be the case, but this is live, so you can track the vehicle live, and you can also see if there's an issue by the red or blue. So it's very visual. You can see straight away where there are any issues. So that's just a quick walkthrough of the system. This is a test system. I'm now going to go into the live system and run through the entire process. So let's minimize this. What I've done here on these 4 windows, this first one is a service advisor that's logged in to the system. So you can see high service. I've just created the username service. This bottom window is a technician. And here I have our 2 reports. Because this is the live system, we have no vehicle in the system as yet, so they are blank. But what we'll do, we'll go and add a vehicle now. So as the service advisor, I'm going to receive a customer. So I click on my mobile device, link QR to vehicle. I go through. We already have a QR code created. I'm going to link the customer, and all I do is I go and type in their registration. I mark them as arrived. So now you can see in our table straight away, you can see on our live boards, it shows the vehicle's arrived. You can see the status, everything is fine. We go back to our landing page. If I go look at my vehicle list, you can see the vehicle is now there, marking as arrived. So now I would go out, greet the customer, I'd put the QR code in the vehicle. I can scan that QR code, or I can simply, if I have the screen open on my mobile phone, click on view. Either way, it would open the little job card where we update our statuses. You can see it's currently in customer arrived status. The next status would be to receive the vehicle. And at the bottom here, we can see any statuses that have been completed. There have been none completed as yet. If there's an issue, I'll mark this as issue. I click on it, you can see it's gone red, and straight away our boards update. You can see it's marked as red here, and you can see that we have an issue down here that's marked as red. We can also see the duration that the vehicle has been in that status, and you can see it's marked as customer arrived. So I don't have an issue at the moment. I'm just going to deselect that. You can see again, our board will be live and be updated. I would scan the code or go in, and I would receive the vehicle, and once that's done, I just click on Update Status. So you can see it's moved from customer arrived to vehicle received, and you can see all the boards are updated accordingly. I can go back in. I can do nothing more now because I've received the vehicle and it's now been handed over to the technician in our process. I can't do anything more. I can just see it's currently in vehicle received. The to-do is not with me because I'm the service advisor, and completed, we've completed the customer arrived. So now what would have happened in your process, it would have been given to a technician to do the work. So I'm going to go down here, I'm the technician, I log in, I scan the QR code, or I go to vehicle list and I can see the vehicle here. The easier route would be to scan the QR code. That would automatically open up our little QR code job card. You can see it's currently in vehicle received. I now want to mark it that me as the technician has received this vehicle. So again, if there's an issue, I can highlight an issue or I can update status. So I've received it. You'll see the board will update. It's gone to technician received. I'll start doing the work. If there's any issue with the work, I can go in, I can mark an issue. Straight away, everyone can see that there's an issue with that vehicle. All the boards update. Somebody comes and helps me. I mark that the issue's been resolved. I go back in and I say, okay, my work is complete. I update the status and it goes to technician completed. This bottom row would be the total number of vehicles in that status. So we're only showing one vehicle as a demo, but there would be whatever your daily throughput is, it would show all the vehicles on the side here. So now the technician is finished. If we go into the job card, we can see it's now awaiting QA check. So when the vehicle is passed on to whoever's doing the quality check, they would scan the QR code in the vehicle and it would open up this little card. You can see at the bottom here, the completed statuses are customer arrive, vehicle received, technician received. So the person that does the QA check marks the QA check as fine or as an issue. It then goes to wash bay. The wash bay guys scan the QR code. They can use their mobile phone. They update the status. When they finished washing, they update the status. And here you can see on the board, everyone can see exactly where that vehicle is. Once they've done all of that, you can see they can no longer do anything because of the role that's been assigned to them. So now the next status as per our flow is with the service advisor. So once that's done, it would come back to the service advisor. They would now need to do the invoicing. So you can see wash bay has been completed. They can see all the statuses at the bottom here has been completed. They do the invoicing. They contact the customer and let the customer know. You might not have all these statuses in your process. You can define this as you like. It's totally configurable. And all of these reports will update as per whatever you capture as your process steps. We hand over to the customer. We walk out to the customer now. We do the handover, give them back their vehicle. We remove the QR code. We update the status. And now the handover is complete. We go in here. You can see it's over here. When the customer's paid and left, we take the QR code out of the vehicle because we can use it on the next vehicle. So the minute we update this status, it'll actually fall off this board because it's no longer in the vehicle. So we update the status and you can see it's fallen off the board. There would be other vehicles on here, so it would never be blank. But for now, that particular QR code is no longer assigned to a vehicle. It's gone through the entire process and it's now out of the process. So if we go back here and we go back to our vehicle list, it's blank. We have no vehicles in progress. And if we go to our QR code, you can see it's now no longer assigned to a vehicle. So if we go back here, we might want to go back and track what happened with that vehicle. We can go into vehicle history. And there you can see the time and the process step. it went through the entire process, there's the timing. And if there are multiple vehicles in the table, you can go through. You can see this is DXB123 and this is 555. We might want to look at the 555 vehicle. We just start typing in 555 and it will filter the table for that vehicle. So we can go through and we can track anything historically that we've done. So that's an overview of the end-to-end process. Doing the two different roles. You can have multiple roles. You can define a different role for every step if you like. And the person that has that access would only be able to see the steps that they need to do. So that is an end-to-end overview of the AutoTracker system. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to do a full live demo with you or answer any questions that you have. Thank you very much.